us and the collaboration that we're going to have going forward.
No better way to communicate to your audience.
How do we grow strategically now that we've gotten the right path forward? Hey guys, we're here with the show with Todd Schroth, even though he is not here. My name is William Rojas. I'm Todd Schroth's partner with here, and we've been working together for a while now. I just want to introduce myself before we jump into things, since you guys don't know me. I've been in real estate for 2 years now. My first year, I worked in property management. The second year, I worked in full-time production. And when I jumped into this business, I was nervous. I worked with Todd directly with him for a while. I decided to go on my own. And then now I've had so much success last year that I decided to jump into the mentorship program and help other agents like myself when I started jumpstart their business. So Ryan, welcome to the show. This is my first time hosting it, so if I sound nervous, that's why. Just kidding. But in any case, Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you used to do before real estate.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. You having me jump on this with you. So before I really got into real estate recently, I was actually a crane operator for nearly 25 years, about 23, 24 years. I did a lot of commercial building, concrete, structural steel, did a lot of power plants, a lot of industrial. So kind of been all over, doing things like that.
So nothing to do with like sales or direct sales or anything like that, correct?
No. As far as my career, no, never anything with sales. I mean, I had a couple of opportunities to get onto the sales side of the cranes, but I've always turned it down.
Yeah, of course. And that makes a lot of sense, And then so what got you into real estate? Like what led you to be a licensed agent?
So my real estate thing actually started many, many years ago when I was growing up on Long Island. My mother was a real estate agent. So I kind of got thrown into that mix and seeing what she was doing. I wound up working for her at a very young age. Probably shouldn't have been doing it, but I was cold calling for her and trying to, as soon as she got her license, was trying to get her business. Then she wound up transferring over to the title industry. So I learned that side also, kind of was going to closings with her, meeting a lot of the attorneys and just, being in that environment a lot. And probably right around when I was about 19 or 20, I wound up going to appraisal school. And then I started my appraisal career and got my New York State appraiser's license at that point. And then just got out of it when I moved to Florida, got into the construction, and that's where I started that business. And then a few years ago, my wife and I had started a wholesaling business. Did a couple of wholesale deals. Got my feet wet, took the real estate pre-licensing class, just to get my feet wet, my knowledge back, just to get a lot of the real estate terminology down. So I kind of knew what I was talking about going into this, speaking to people that were, experienced. And then I had an opportunity to join a brokerage, and I did that for a while. It didn't work out as well as I would hoped. And then met William here in October, November. And then here I am.
Wait a second. You said you're from New York? I didn't catch that accent.
Oh, you didn't? That's a first.
I'm just kidding, man. So Obviously you said before that you worked with another company. I don't want you to name drop a business, but what was it like there when you first got in there? Because some people get the misconception that maybe they're going to join a company and immediately after they're going to get like a whole bunch of support and they're going to, guide them to success. What was it like at that first brokerage you jumped into?
Yeah, I mean, it was it was different. I honestly didn't really know what to expect going into it, so I kind of went into it with an open mind. I had decent communication at first, but I have no experience with marketing. No experience with putting my name out there. I was just kind of going off the cuff most of the time, trying to get what experience I can and what learning that I could. But as far as the technology, we did not have a CRM. We did not have a lot of the things like that kind of make things a little bit easier. The automation side of it. I did have the automation side on my wholesale side and my investing side, so I knew a little bit about a CRM. Knew a little bit about marketing, but really never dove in deep with it, and it was rough, and so I didn't do any deals under that because my investing business, my flipping business, was doing so well. That's where I was kind of making the money, and I never actually did a retail deal until I signed up under William.
Okay, yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. I completely get that. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes companies and realtors, for some reason, they have a stigma of like, you're going to take my business away if I don't teach you how to like run this business. And I think, and if you're going to be a mentor, one of two things has to happen. You have to be vested in that person, obviously financially, so you have motivation to help that person succeed. And not only that, also show them the ropes of everything you can. I mean, we've just gotten through, obviously, me and you. How is mentorship between me and you? And then we'll get into some other stuff.
To be honest with you, William has been a fantastic support. I was straight up with him, told him I'm not technologically advanced. He's been wonderful with showing me and saying, "Hey Ryan, slow down, don't get aggravated. All you have to do is this," and really took me step by step. Showed me how to fill out a contract, how to present offers, how to get on the MLS and do lots of things on the MLS. Like I can sit there and do the MLS classes all day long, but being a construction person, I'm more of a I have to do it myself, hands-on type of person. So you look at those classes and you can do it all day long, but until you've actually have done it, until I've actually have done it, it doesn't really sometimes compute. So, I mean, you've been a wonderful support for me. I've called you, I don't know, sometimes 5 or 6 times in a day. Hey, I got another question.
So you would agree that, I guess you could say, the learning is in the doing. Is that right?
For me, I mean, I do a lot of reading and I love to read. But as far as really the technology, I have to do it hands on. I can grab a lot of information from a lot of different sources, and I can compute it in my head. But when it comes to actually doing things and sending, like using the different CRMs and integrating everything, that's a little bit new to me. It's a little advanced for me. So that with that aspect, yes, I have to do the hands-on. I have to be the one clicking. You can't do it for me because I'll never remember it.
And here's the thing, Ryan, like getting into this business, and I told you before, like we're meant to be like marketers.
Yeah.
We're meant to learn how to talk to people on the phone. This
Hmm.
is a selling job. It really is. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you have to sell yourself, and sometimes you have to sell a house, by showing them, the opportunity maybe a house has that they don't see, right?
Agreed.
So at the same time, like, so there's a lot of things that we don't expect in this business. And if you have somebody that's been through maybe a whole boatload of transactions and know how to get offers accepted, or maybe understanding what it takes to get a listing or whatever the case may be, or can walk you through that process, is ultimately going to give you a jump start in your business, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely. I agree.
yeah. So I think that's the benefit of like mentorship or coaching. A lot of people see both mentorship and coaching as an expense rather than
Right.
understanding that maybe those first 3 deals in mentorship, they cost you a little bit of money up front, but now your knowledge is going to guide you for the rest of your career, and
Right.
ultimately cut you out of that 90% fail rate. Do you know that 90% of realtors fail in this business? It is
Yep.
absolutely sad to know that statistic. It's somewhere around 90. It changes from 80 to 90.
Right.
And I think like guidance, mentorship, coaching, invest in it, make the money, make it happen, because at the end of the day, that person is going to jumpstart your career to where you're going to not need any other
Agreed.
support from anybody else. And some people, sometimes they get that from teams. Sometimes they get that from being a single agent, knowing a family member that's in the business or a really close friend that's willing to do that. But what my next question is, obviously, I think one of the most important things, which one person did for me, and you kind of did for me too, is interviewing a mentor or a person that's going to help you along the way. Is that something that you believe is important when it comes to like choosing somebody as a mentor in this business?
Yeah, so absolutely. You can't just pick any person out there that has a good talking game, because at the end of the day, a good mentorship, a good coach, you have to connect with. No matter how you see it, you have to connect with. And if you can't connect with that person on a communicative level, and you can't have good communication with that person, because at the end of the day, that's the person that's teaching you. You have to see it their way and come up with solutions to some of the problems. And if you can't have that, if you can't have that connection, it's not going to work. So you really need to look at the person that is wanting to mentor you, or you're looking to get mentored or coached with, and just make sure that you can be on the same level. You don't have to see apples and oranges, but you have to see that, okay, this person's going in the same direction that I would like to go. This person can communicate with me the way that I need to be communicated. But you also, as the mentee, need to put it out there what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, to make sure that that person is going to be a good fit for you as well. So it's not just you interviewing the mentor, it's you need to be honest and say, hey, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. Like I feel like I'm a decent communicator. Being a superintendent of a lot of different construction companies, I've had to write emails, I've had to communicate with different trades and different personalities. But my weakness is obviously technology, marketing. I've never had to do that. So I needed somebody that could help me with that aspect so that I can grow as a person in this industry, in this business.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And I completely get that. As far as like, there's some things I'm even weak at sometimes, and this business is like, it's crazy. Like every transaction, everything is different. It's unique
Yeah,
in many ways. Like
agreed.
there's no same transaction that happens. Sometimes you would come to me and I'd be like, not that I don't know, but that's something new for me too.
Yeah,
Let me go ask Todd and see what he has to say.
right,
So we all have our levels, right? To
correct.
where like we don't know certain things and that we need to resort to those people to be able to be there for us. And I think that's also very important, especially whether it's over the phone or a text message. Also response rate. Like sometimes you need somebody now, right? Right
Yeah,
away. And
right,
there's times where you won't even get a response out of that person, right?
right,
So
right.
you should be, as a mentor for your mentee, which is kind of funny because your name is McEntee.
McEntee, come on.
So McEntee. So as a mentee, you have that support system right at your hands, especially if you're
Yeah,
new. Because remember, this business is, we're moving hundreds of thousands of dollars. People know this, and some of these people, they're trying to net the most amount of money or save the most amount of money when it comes to a deal. So you want somebody that's going to be there weekends, weekdays, and
right.
they're going to be there to help you as much as possible. But we've been holding this back for a while. I should have asked this maybe a little bit earlier, but how are you doing this year? Like, how many deals have you closed, or are you projected to close for January? What does it look like for you?
So as of right now, like I said, I joined up under you in right around November, mid-November, I wanted to say it was. Um, and So my first deal went through December the 31st. I've already closed 2 deals in January, and I have an executed contract on a fourth property, which is due to close just because the seller needs time to get out
Wow.
um, on or before April 1st.
And you
So
also had a listing that you secured a month later, remember?
correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had
So
one
it's
listing, and this should be my third buyer that I've gone through, and I'm working on another listing right now, which may go through within the next couple of weeks that I'll have her sign. So
That's exciting, man. I'm excited for you. I mean, even though you passed, like in our organization, we have a three deal mentorship deal where I help you through 3 deals. I can't
right.
wait. I don't care. I'm gonna call you no matter what and help you
Yeah.
throughout the rest of your career as much as you need help. And then obviously you could help me
Yeah.
too with what you know, because you're very strong on the construction side of things. You know
You're
how
not getting rid of me. Sorry.
we're like best friends now, no lie. Like
Yeah.
he lives like right down the street from me, so anything I
Yeah.
need, I'll go over there. The other day, the internet went out, and boom, I'm at Ryan's house. So, anyways, despite that, now that you've jump started your career, you're 4 deals in. How does your future look? Taking this little teeny cut for the first 3 deals. How does your future look?
I mean, it's looking good. I still do some of the construction here and there. As far as real estate, I'm really trying to get close to 1 deal a month. That's kind of what my focus is in right now, just to kind of keep them going. Getting my name out there, really focusing on marketing, social media aspects, and trying to work on different things. I mean, you and I have been talking about different ways to get out there and put my name on there. I've joined a couple of committees in my neighborhood. So just to get my face and my name and my recognition out there. And I know that farming takes a little longer, and I'm okay to wait that out as long as people start knowing my name and recognizing it. But if I can start really focusing on the 1 deal a month, not being greedy, and then just kind of pushing it from there. The second deal in the month comes, I'll take that too. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'm not really picky about buyers or sellers right now. Just focusing on building a business and having a strong foundation so that I can continue, and figuring out how much should I take out for myself, how much should I put back into the business, and just invest in myself so I can keep everything moving. So
Yeah. That makes sense, and that's what you have to do. I mean, we're running a business. A lot of people
yeah,
don't realize that, but we're actually running a real business. Like, we don't get paid hourly, we don't get paid a salary.
no, that's
You have to
hard.
self motivate in this business. I have trouble sometimes too. Everybody has their dark days, which is, a part of the business. But I'm glad that now your future, obviously you could have jumped into this and said, oh no, I'm not doing mentorship. I'm good. I'm going to figure it out myself. But getting into those kind of programs, mentorship, coaching, investing in yourself is ultimately going to cut out so many years or struggles that you might have in marketing. Imagine if you didn't have any mentorship, because I get mentored myself. I
Yeah,
would have to learn everything. I'd have to sit through every single training, every single video. And like we said earlier, the learning is in the doing. So
yeah,
we're not going to be able to do nothing. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's great that you're closing deals already and your opportunity is super high now and you have a great future ahead of you. But if anybody wants to reach out to you, Ryan, how can they reach out to you if they have questions about mentorship or maybe want to know something about the construction side? We're all colleagues here at the end of the day. How can they
Yeah.
reach out to you?
So my phone number is 407-716-3751.
Mhm.
Again, that's 407-716-3751. And my email address is ryan.mcentee@exprealty.com.
And that's Mac NT.
McEntee.
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 I always say like Mick, because
Like
the
McDonald's.
McChicken, because the
Yeah.
McChicken.
Right, right.
Or what is it? What was it?
The
McDowell's,
McRib.
McDowell's McRib. So yeah, Ryan
Right.
McEntee, thank you very much, man. And my name is William. You can find me online, William Rojas Realtor, and you can reach out to me anytime if you have any questions about being mentored, or maybe you're thinking about joining a team and you have questions. Feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to Todd as well. Todd actually runs a very successful team in the Altamont Springs area. And I'll be happy to give you some feedback on how his mentorship has helped me in my business as well. and how he's just a phone call away as well, just like any other person that we talk to. I think, like I said, mentorship's important. May cost you a little bit up front, but don't be scared, because it's gonna make you a whole bunch of money in the future. So in any case, thanks, Ryan, for getting on here. I appreciate you, my friend. I'll call you later.
Thank you very much. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Come and follow me.
All right, there you go. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.